Every day I would complain about my boss to my online boyfriend. Not only was he extremely demanding, but he even expected me to prepare lunch for him. And just because I added onions to the dish, I was scolded harshly. My online boyfriend felt sorry for me, so to comfort me, he decided to meet me for the first time after 6 months of chatting. I thought it was about time, so I agreed. However, when I nervously arrived at the meeting spot, I was shocked to find that the boyfriend I had been talking to for months was actually my CEO, and he was already dressed in the outfit we had agreed on, waiting for me in the restaurant. As I was about to send a message to sneak away quietly, the CEO suddenly spotted me. But he didn't seem to recognize me. Instead, he ordered me to go back to work and finish writing a proposal. I rushed back to the office, still nervous, but was immediately called into the CEO's office. The CEO told me that we should part on good terms, and I thought he had figured out who I really was. So in anger, I picked up the agreement, ready to sign. But when I looked closely, I realized it wasn't a breakup agreement at all, but a resignation letter. With his explanation, I learned that he had been watching me every day, and all my suggestions about checking attendance and surveillance records in our chats had led to this moment. I had been unknowingly the source of his idea. Embarrassed, I made an excuse to go to the restroom and quickly texted him to remind him to treat employees well, to focus on encouragement. Surprisingly, the CEO agreed, even giving me a raise. However, just as I returned to my desk, the CEO's secretary came in and gave me a hard time, demanding that I prepare the meeting materials in 30 minutes. With the time constraints, I couldn't possibly finish it. The secretary mocked me, saying that since the CEO had just raised my salary, I could ask him to postpone the meeting. Just then, the CEO texted me, asking to have dinner together. I bet with the secretary that the CEO would definitely postpone the meeting. The secretary laughed it off, saying she'd accept punishment if the meeting was canceled. I quickly texted the CEO, telling him I was still working late but really wanted some seafood risotto. The next second, the CEO walked out of his office and announced the meeting was canceled. The secretary was shocked. I, on the other hand, was secretly pleased, grateful to my devoted boyfriend. However, when the CEO arrived at the seafood risotto restaurant, he discovered the restaurant had closed. Being wealthy, he gave the restaurant manager $20,000 to make them cook another batch of seafood risotto. He then asked me for my address. While I was still working late at the office, I panicked and quickly texted my boyfriend that something came up. This made the CEO upset. When I returned to the office, he was looking for a way to vent his frustration. And when he saw me, he snapped. I knew I had upset him. So I smiled and explained that I had just gone out to buy takeout and was planning to continue working. The CEO, though skeptical, handed me the packed seafood risotto. I couldn't help but feel that, as a boyfriend, the CEO was quite competent. To show my appreciation, I cheerfully brought him a huge cup of bubble tea, thinking he would be touched. But to my surprise, the CEO misunderstood me, thinking I was trying to be overly eager to climb the ladder. He then began to complain about me to his online girlfriend, asking the secretary to assign me more work. He warned me not to always take shortcuts. Furious, I texted my online boyfriend, venting about this. But to my surprise, the CEO replied, saying he could help me write the proposal.